student here at the University of Sydney, and you might have guessed, or maybe not, that I am in fact an international student. Yeah? I am here a long way from home, so far away. I'm here all the way from Sweden. Of course not, no. I'm from India. Yeah. So that does come with a lot of duties though. I have to give you all here a PSA that it's not chai tea, it's not chai latte, it's just chai, guys. Alright. So you might have heard about quantum computers. There's been some hubbub about them in the news for the past few years, and recently even Australia's gotten in the game. But I love quantum computers because I want to find Ant-Man. So when I was 15, quantum computers were a distant dream, kind of like the perfect partner. And now, 10 years later, I am happy to announce quantum computers, still a distant dream. So we have some work to do. But why do we care about quantum computers? We think they might be useful to make new medicines. We think they might be useful in chemistry to make new materials. And we think they might be useful in finance to make me rich. So I'm here to tell you about quantum computers, noise in quantum computers, and my job as a nosy computer critic. Now you might have some questions like, what are quantum computers? What is noise in computers? And what's my speaker team? And for the last one, you should email me. But luckily for all you guys, I can answer the first question. And that's because I've read the best literature out there, including my favorite book. But I will admit that I'm finding the last few pages a bit difficult. So if anyone's seen a baby, any baby in the wild, please contact me. Now, the computers we have today, they're pretty great. Your laptops, your iPhones, right? You can use them to do a lot of stuff. Like you can text your ex, Mark. You can follow your ex, Mark, on Google Maps. You can use AI to generate an image of the both of you getting married in the south of France. Which, I would never do this, because that's insane. Of course, never. Right? But not unlike Mark, the computers we have today are kind of dumb. Now, Mark only liked to talk about his PlayStation, or not at all. And the computers we have today, they similarly only have two modes. You either have a 0 or you have a 1. So in the computers we have today, a 0 might look like this. So there's light in one wire and not the other. And a 1 might look like this, right? So these are what we call classical computers. Now quantum computers, on the other hand, are kind of like your current partner, Scott. Scott not only talks about his PlayStation, he helps out with the housework, he gardens, sometimes he talks about philosophy. He's there, right? So quantum computers similarly not only have your 0 and 1, but they have a lot of other modes, right? And that's great. So that means quantum computers, like the perfect partner, they are way smarter, they'll know loads more, and they're finished quicker. Again, not always the best thing, but we deal with it. So information in your quantum computer computers could look something like this. And you might notice this looks slightly more messy, and there's room for way more mistakes. It's like when you want to tell your friend you loved meeting their dad because he was a great guy, versus when you tell your friend you loved meeting their dad because you secretly fancied him. So a small change can make a really big difference in the message. So we might want our computer to have a 0, but a really tiny change can change the message. So that means we have imperfect quantum computers, and this was the noise we were talking about. So this means we can't really send a text to our ex Mark. We can't really follow him on Google Maps. And we definitely cannot generate any eye image of you guys getting married. So do we just give up, look out into the sunset, have a cup of chai, and sit? Of course not. You contact your nearest helpful Indian tech support. And that's me. So my job is to kind of be a professional Google reviewer. So, for example, I would give Mark 1 star because he kind of sucks. And I'd give Scott 4 stars because he's pretty good. But more accurately, I would judge things like this. The IBM quantum computer, it has like 2% noise, it can simulate up to 10 atoms, pretty good. Or the Google quantum computer, which has, let's say, 3% noise, can simulate up to 12 atoms. And this kind of tells scientists what they're doing right and what they're doing wrong. I also tell scientists what are better mistakes and what are worse mistakes. Like texting your ex and getting a reply is an okay mistake, but texting your ex 100 times, getting blocked, and then mentioning him repeatedly in a comedy show, not the best mistake to make. So if you want your computers to have a 0, having something close by, pretty good, it's a good mistake. But having something completely different, that's a bad mistake. And this kind of helps scientists know what they're doing right and wrong. So we have imperfect quantum computers, and now we can tell which ones are better than the others. So we can have our cake and eat it too. Now our cakes might not be perfect like this, and a little bit of a mess like this. It's still a pretty sweet day. So what does that mean for all of you? It means when the next quantum computer hits the market, you should look out for my reviews and contact me. Thank you.